Hi all, Tryonus here. I'm doing this short little video. It's mainly for the TryHard community, but this video will go public. So if anyone else like to put their 2 cents in, feel free to add that in the comment section. But for those of you that are outside the TryHard, we are planning on changing the mod pack in the TryCraft server from DnS to possibly, things are still kind of up in the air at the moment, so we're still group deciding and whatnot, but we're just trying to change it from maybe DNS to Resident Rise 3. So basically I'm just going to go through the mods which I think everyone would want in the pack and just kind of run it through everyone as much as possible. So I'm just going to click reinstall on this just to show you what I've kind of got in. Hopefully this will help a lot of people as well. But we'll start off with these client mods. Now this won't affect the server. You can have any and all of these mods installed if you want, or none at all. So this is kind of personal. It's kind of up to you what you want. At the moment I've just got journey map. There is voxel map down there, so if you don't think your computer could handle journey map, add voxel map if you want a mini map. All the others are completely up to you on what you think you can take. So I'm just going to go through the main list here, what we've got. Also ask you a few questions, so we'll see how we go. So first of all, and I can talk, advanced generators, kind of a yes or no thing. The first question, it's a small mod, multi-block generators that produce MJ, RF and EU. I've never used them before. I don't know if we will actually need them because we've got other power sources or not. So do you want that in, yes or no? That's entirely up to you guys. Ancient Warfare 2. Now this is a mod that I would like to look at, and I know Eddie Magpie would also really like to look at this pack as well. So that would be in there. Applied Energistics 2 and the extra stuff here. I know Kanakadea loves this mod pack and he likes messing around with stuff, so I'm quite happy to leave it in. Archimedes ships. Again, up to you. I'm not really too fussed about it, but this is where Eddie Magpie made his Thunderbirds from Bevos, and they were absolutely awesome. And you know, if he or if anyone wants to make those sort of things again, I think they'd be brilliant to see. But yeah, that can be taken out if necessary. Andromeda Dimensional World, that's the mining world, so again, it might be an idea to keep it in, but it can be taken out if necessary. Artifacts we don't need, I don't think. It just randomly generates magic items to treasure. You know, it's not necessary. I don't think we need it. Artifacts, I'm not really too sure what that one is. So you'll have to let me know on that one. Arcades, so whatever you want to. I can't pronounce some of these. A magic mod focused on complexity. I can't really read it because I've got these numbers in the way for some reason. It looks like a FPS count, but I don't know why I've got it up. I don't really know what that is, so keep that out. Belkin's weapon mod, I don't think we need. There's plenty of tools and things in there. Plus, if we've got Ancient Warfare, which I believe adds weapons as well, I don't think we need both. Bibliocraft I've kept in because that's obviously the things for your bookshelves and your tool racks, and they come in handy, so you just don't have tons of chests with books in them everywhere, or for me anyway. We don't need the Biomes of Plenty edition or the Forestry, or maybe even not the Natura edition, because we're not going to be running a Biomes of Plenty world. Big reactors we'll leave in. We don't need this big trees mod. We won't be using Biomes of Plenty, that I've just said. Blood magic and this automation for blood magic, that's for Scoop. Same with Botania, because he's obviously one of the main mages of the group. Buildcraft I think would be nice to have, because then you can have your basic quarries and stuff like that to get you going. But I don't think we need these add-ons or whatever this Eureka is either. Just maybe the compatibility add-on, just that one. Calculator we don't need. Carpenter blocks. Obviously everyone knows what carpenter blocks are, but do we need them? I don't know. Do we really want to use them? That's the main question. They can cause a little bit of lag if used too much, as we found out, but we haven't done really too bad in the past, quite honest. Chisels, well, I think would be nice to have them to make it a bit more interesting for builds. CoCraft, happiness distilled into aviation form. I don't know what that one is myself, personally. Computercraft, we need to keep it in to make the mod pack even run. Don't ask, I don't know why. So we don't really need any of these cosmetic armors or anything on those sorts of lines to my mind. They just get in the way. Decocraft we could remove. Decorate your heart to your heart contents. We don't really need it, but if people want it, we'll keep it. Dimensional anchors will come in handy. They trunk load. Draconic evolution. I think majority of people want this left in, but we can take it out if necessary. I would like to keep it in personally, but depends on what people want. The Electrical Age mod pack, I don't think anyone's interested in that one, or no one said anything. Enchanting Plus, I don't think people need this personally, because of what armors we get from Draconic Evolution and all the other mods that we've got in there as well. Enchanting is kind of not needed. Let's put it that way. Ender.io, I think people would want that one in. Ender Zoo, that basically adds the Ender mods in it. You know, the Wither Cats, the Zombie Knights, things like that. So, could have it, but not necessarily needed. Enchanted Portals 3, I know Kanakadea did a lot of that in Bevo, so I don't know if you'll want it back in or not. I'm happy enough to keep it in. It would be fairly interesting. I don't think we need these X Nalos because they're for Skyblock type maps. Extra utilities we would need because that's your wings and your build ones and things like that. Falling meteors we don't need because that says something about death approaches from the sky, so I don't want anyone complaining about their bases getting blown to bits. Flag spears would be a decent monster to keep in, I think. Floodlights I don't think we need. Flux crystals, balanced, and RF power resource farming. I don't know what they are. Sounds interesting, but we don't need to have them. Forestry we don't need. Fun world gem we don't need. Binary mods, Gendustry I don't think we would need. Magic bees, I don't think we would need that because I'm not bothered about doing anything with bees. I've never seen anyone else bothered about it either. But again, put it below if you want it. Fossils and archaeology. Create your own dinosaurs. I think that sounds rather fun, and I won't mind doing that myself. I can set a T-Rex on you. Would be fun. Funky locomotion. Frames, motors, enchanted pistons. Doesn't sound that much good. But I don't know much about that mod. Garden stuff. Jenny's End stuff. I think these would be interesting to keep in. I don't know. That's up to you as well. Hardcore Ender expansion. I don't think we need that one because we've got Draconic Evolution instead. So it kind of doesn't make sense to have both of them, considering there are challenging dragons with like that Chaos Dragon, things like that. Hydraulic Craft. I don't know that one, but it says something about water power. So I don't think that's any good to anyone. Industrial Craft, we need all of them, I think, if people want to go into that. Hunger Overhaul, no, definitely not. Amphibious Core, I think these are just normal core mods. Lava Monsters, we won't want them. Mountain Dew is enough trouble as it is. Mechanism, which is a definite, we want them. Malice Doors, we don't have to have them. I think we all love these type of doors. You know what I'm like, especially when I saw Micklos' dog going up and down. I was so fascinated with it. It was like a little kid in a candy shop. We need the Melis core. Manufactory reloaded. Yes, definitely. Metallurgy. That is something that I need to really ask you about. Metallurgy adds the extra ores such as the vulcanite in the nether, which then you can create blaze rods and things, if you know what I mean. I think that's the mod pack, so you have to let me know if you want that one in or not. I'm not too fussed about it, but others might be. Open computers. I think this is one that we need to keep in regardless. If we can remove it, I don't really see anyone using it, but again, you know, that's up for discussion. Oh, dictionary, I don't think we need. Pam's Harvest Craft, again, I don't really think we need it, but it's just a little bit of early game food. I would say that may be better to keep it in, I don't know. Don't know what this thing is, but it says it's a beta version, so probably better to avoid it for the time being. PN Craft, no, definitely not. We know what that causes to servers. Power converters, take control of your power. I don't think we really need it. There's plenty of ways to convert power. Pressure pipes, I don't think would be any interest to us. Primitive mods, no. That just adds more mobs to the game. Which isn't a bad thing, but like I say, some people have trouble with it. Project E, I don't really think we need it, but saying that, DheWhiteTyger, he wants it left in, so it stays in. Okay. That's the end of that story. Project Red, and then we've got Project Blue. They are basically the same thing, so one or the other. I don't think we need both. So you'll have to let me know which one you want. Project Red obviously has a lot more to it than Project Blue. But like I say, as far as I'm concerned, they're both exactly the same thing. This quiver bow, I have no idea what this is. A logical extension of ranged weaponry. We've got Tinker's Construct, you've got the crossbows and the longbows and things like that. I don't know why we would need anything more. This quiver mod, skeletons are packing watts, I presume that they're going to be connected. Railcraft, the only thing I would use Railcraft personally for is the tanks. But saying that, considering we've got extra utilities in with the barrels, I don't think there'll be any need. But if people want to do Railcraft, because I know Kanakadea likes doing Railcraft sometimes, we would need to keep it in for him. Realistic world generation. Hopefully the new world will be a realistic world, because I think everyone's, especially Scoop and myself, have really do like the look of it. I've taken some screenshots, which I might show you one. So yeah, I thought that really looks amazing, and it would be nice to have it a little bit different than default worlds. But if we've got to run a default world, we will run a default world. End of story. Redstone Armory and Arsenal, I think they're decent to have. I used them towards the end of Bevo's, so did Darcy, I believe. Redstone Paste, I don't know what that is. No idea what that one is. Refined Relocation. It sounds decent enough. If you want to read through that little lot, feel free. I'm not too sure again what that one does. Chests are too messy. You need to fit one pipe on the block. Yeah. It sounds decent enough anyway. Recreality, 2 words, magical swag. I don't know if Scoop wants this or not. RF tools. I don't think we'll need them again. We've got Tinker's Construct. Rooters Reborn. I think I've messed around with that. It's not too bad. So I might keep that one in, but not a necessary thing. Simply Jetpacks. I think that would be nice to keep in. Shoal Shards Reborn. Now everyone knew what I got up to in Crack Pack. I had what? 4 spawners? And I think it kind of lagged everyone out. I would like to keep it in, but if it's going to lag people, then we will remove it. Statues. I've kept in on this particular case because I know Mntdewmania would like a statue of Markiplier at some point. But not just for that, we can also have a bit of fun with it. Just don't put anything in their hands, because then that can cause problems. Steve's carts. I won't mind messing around with Steve's mod pack. I know it's something to do with like railcraft and stuff like that can be added onto there, but might be interesting. But again, it's one of those packs that isn't unnecessary at this point in the stage. Super crafting frame. I don't know how useful that would be. Useful item frames. I've never used it. I don't think anyone has that I know of. Thermcraft 4. We've got to keep that mod pack in for the actual mod pack to run. I have tested that, and thanks to Darcy, who actually told me about it, because otherwise I would have said, should we take it out or not? But we've got to keep it in. But just because we've got to keep that in doesn't mean that we've got to keep everything that comes with it in. Okay, so I know I messed around with Thermcraft in this last one on DnS, but I can't really see me rushing back into it anytime soon. But I'll leave that up to people, because I think oh dear, what's his name? Oh god, I can't remember his name. Mr. P, sorry. I'm going deaf, I'll tell you. Mrpayton, I think he likes a bit of Thermcraft. Thermal expansion, yes. Thermodynamics, yes. Thermal recycling, I'm not too sure what that one is, so we might add that in just to see what it is. Thermal smeltery, I'm going to bypass this one for a second. Tinker's construct, yes. Extra tinkers, yes. Tinker's network, yes. Iguana tweaks. Do people want this in? I think everyone knows what it is, where you've got to progress to get different items. It might make the game a little bit harder for people, because obviously you need you need to start off with flint pickaxes and progress all the way up so you can get what you need. I think most people know what they are. Tinker's network is when you've got to create steel through a different way. So it's up to you on that one. I'm on the bar with it, so I think it'd be interesting, but you know what it gets like sometimes. Translocator, translocate stuff. I don't know what that one is. I'm assuming it's some sort of teleporter. Tubes, I don't think we need. We'll come back to the Twilight Forest in a second. Vein miner would be good. Definitely going to keep wittering it, because I know Mntdewmania and Darcy are getting into it. And I am so sorry that we keep changing the mod packs when you start getting somewhere in it. But for you two, I would say, if you really want to, and you want to get back to exactly where you were, and I suppose this goes for everyone, if you want to spawn in your items before we get started, feel free. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about things. Redstone ether with some components. I don't know what that is. Z-tones I'd like to keep in if we can, because I actually built my underwater base with that, with a mix of obsidian, if you remember. Kind of cool with chisel. And obviously, I don't know why it says use at your own risk, but we've got magical crops, because I'd like to do it. I know Mntdewmania wants to do it. I think Darcy wants to get into it, so that's going to stay in. Now, I wanted to come back to what was it? The Twilight Forest and the Ebrus. Now, we've had the Twilight Forest a few times, well, in near enough every single mod pack, so I thought maybe have a change. I know Kanakadea might not be too happy about this, but if we remove the Twilight Forest and have the Ebrus instead. Now, the Ebrus is a different dimension. Darcy's done this on a couple of her videos. If you've watched hers, I hope you have. Is basically where you've got giant bugs and insects trying to get to you, plus different types of wood and things like that. So might be a little bit of interest of change, but that's where I stand on it. I don't think we need both. I think that might be a bit OTT. So that's kind of where I would stand on it. But like I say, this is subject to change. This is just my 2 cents. Obviously, feel free to add yours as well. So there's no problems with me whatsoever. So yeah, that's basically the end of this little thing. Let me know what you want to do, either in the comment section below, or if those tryhards want to get in contact with me through Skype. You know, my Skype is always open, even if I'm not around. But anyone else outside the tryhards wants to add their 2 cents, maybe even enlighten us on what mod packs they'd like to see us do, feel free to add that in the comment section below. But otherwise, thank you very much for listening to me drone on about this. I do appreciate it. And until next time, I'll catch you later.